Okay, so live. So welcome to how to hire, train, and build a team of virtual assistants to build your online coaching consulting agency business to 7 figures. Who by show of hands would love to be able to build your business to 100K plus months? To do that, you're going to need a team, you're going to need people. Because if you're on your own, you have a job and you have a team, then you've got a real business. So on Zoom, welcome to the Zoom. Again, on the Zoom, say hi, introduce yourself in the Zoom chat, where in the world you are, what kind of business you have. I'm also live streaming this on Facebook as well. So if you're watching this on Facebook, comment if you're watching live or replay and introduce yourself as well. I'm just going to get this live everywhere. I'm just, if you see me looking down, I'm just going to share this live everywhere. And you might be watching this on YouTube. So if you're watching this on YouTube or one of our trainings, thank you for joining us, taking the time to join us as well. Another quick question is, there's 3 types of people going to be on this call. There's those of you that are hiring a virtual assistant through our agency, number 1. Number 2, there'll be those of you that are hiring a virtual assistant through a different agency or freelance. And number 3, there's those of you who don't have a VA yet. And no matter where you're at in your business, you may or may not feel like you're ready for a VA. Maybe you've had a bad experience with a VA. But my quick question is, where is everybody at? Do you have a VA? Are you hiring a VA through us? Have you not had a VA? If you can just let me know in the Zoom chat or on the Facebook, that'll give me a bit more information and I can make this relevant for you as well. I've been hiring and training virtual assistants for 13 years. And I'm going to share with you exactly that, how to interview and hire the right VA for you, how to train them properly so they perform reach expectations, and how to build a team of VAs. So in the future, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, 3 years, you can have a 7-figure business, which I've been able to do several times. So I'm just sharing this is in there as well. Get that in there. And go live on there as well. Alrighty, let's do this. So let's take a look at what we've gotten here. Brendan, hey brother, how you doing? Stacy, St. Petersburg, awesome. Magnetic Mind Life Coach. Emmett, haven't had one, not yet. Stacy, I've got a VA with you, of course. Awesome. Welcome. Thank you for joining us as well. So let's dive straight in. This is going to be, I've never done this training before, right? As the saying goes, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, you go together. And the fact is that when it's just you in your business, you have to do everything. Like when you're broke and you move into a house and it's just you, you have to wash the dishes and they're going to wash themselves. Personally, I hate washing dishes. I haven't washed dishes in 17 years. I have a housekeeper 3 times a week. I have more important things to do in my life than wash dishes. It's a personal thing, right? On the Facebook, we got Gerard on the Facebook. Welcome as well. And I do have the Facebook Live going, so feel free to interact on there. This is going to be a very succinct, fairly short training. It's only going to go for about 30 minutes. And if you're hiring a VA through us, you're going to get a lot of value from this because if you're already hiring a VA, then your goal is to build that VA to their full potential and get the most out of them, right? So again, I'm going to break this into 3 components. 1, how to hire the right VA for you. 2, how to train them. So if you have a VA, I'm going to teach you how to train them more effectively. And then 3, how to build a team of virtual assistants. Now, I know that some of you are in the coaching program. So we've got like some of you in the group business coaching program, some of you in a one-on-one coaching program, some of you hiring VAs for us. And again, I'm going to make this relevant for all of you. So if you don't yet have a VA, this is going to be great training for you. So when you hire a VA, the only thing stopping people from hiring a VA is their own mindset and psychology because they believe 1, they're not ready, or 2, they can't afford it. Both limiting beliefs. If you have an operating business, you're ready for a VA. So the only thing stopping you from getting a VA is yourself, right? People want to hire when they're ready or they think they need to, but when you want to build a bigger business, you always want to be hiring. So I'm always hiring, right? Cool. I can see somebody's jumping in as well. Who was that just jumped in? Zafar. Okay, welcome as well. So let's begin. So before I share how to hire, train, and build a team of VAs, by the way, there's a goal of building to 100,000 months. Honestly, it's not just about money, but honestly, who wants to do that? Most people, I don't think I've met many people. The only people say no is the people that don't believe it's possible for them or they don't want to do the work for their own, again, their own psychology. So a lot of people don't truly understand just how valuable VAs are and just exactly how much they can do. So I just want to really clarify just how valuable virtual assistants really are. I've been using virtual assistants for 13 years, and I've been sending my business coaching clients for the last 13 years to hire a VA. So the main things, and this is quite basic, but I just want you guys to really understand, because a decade ago, hiring a virtual assistant was about paying someone as little as possible to do minutiae and menial tasks. But now they'll help you with growth producing activities that bring revenue, clients, and business in to your business, right? So they can help you do so much more. Abraham on the Facebook Live, welcome. So these are the main roles of a virtual assistant. Number one, you can have a virtual assistant that is like a virtual PA. Right? And they can do a tier one or level one VA can do the stuff you'd expect. This is the stuff you already know, right? They can do data entry, they can do spreadsheets, they can do basic scheduling, they can do CRM management, they can do basic editing, Canva and stuff like that. All VAs can do that. All of our VAs can do that. And then you have a personal assistant where they kind of take care of your personal stuff. They might help out. They take care of your schedule, confirming clients, and they help you with the things that you don't have time for. Because there's really two parts. Brendan, you have things right now that you'd rather not do that you're doing, right? So, for example, all of you in the Facebook chat or the Zoom chat, what are 2 or 3 things you're currently doing you just rather not do? 2 or 3 things that you'd rather not do. Just post them. I would love to hear what they are. You want to outsource them. But more importantly, Brendan, I think I'm Brendan because you're right in my vision there, is you have things that aren't yet happening in your business that if they did would add tremendous value and growth to your business. Because I believe that with virtual assistants, you want to position them to spend 80% of the time on growth producing activities. So this is getting you more attention, so in front of more of the right people. Number one. Number two, generating more quality leads. Number three, booking, confirming, and qualifying appointments. And so if you build a team around that, then you're going to grow much faster. So I just did a killer session and still on pre-workout and coffee. So you can hire a social media manager to take care of social media, because what we tend to do with social media is we pick and choose. Brendan, it's not viable for you to be posting on all platforms all day, every day. It just takes too much time. So you go, well, I like Facebook, I'm familiar with LinkedIn, I don't really understand, or like TikTok, and you pick and choose. But once you have a virtual assistant or a social media manager in particular, they take care of everything and get you everywhere. You can obviously an appointment setter. Imagine waking up every Monday with your schedule book solid with as many sales calls you can handle. So an appointment setter. A telemarketer. Now, I'm not saying somebody that makes cold calls, but somebody that calls your community for the purpose of appointment setting. Video editing. Okay, video editing is huge as well. We have a team of professional video editors. There's a difference between someone who can do graphic design and a graphic designer. There's a difference between someone who can do video editing, professional expert video editors. So we have professional expert social media managers, expert appointment setters, expert telemarketers, expert video editing. Okay, now you can hire a VA to do multiple things, but here's the truth: that I've never met a virtual assistant that's good at everything. My unicorn, Noemi, been with me over 4 years. Anyone in our community will know Noemi. Phenomenal. Best virtual assistant ever had. I originally hired her over 4 years ago as an appointment setter. Guess what she is terrible at? We joke about it all the time. She's hopeless at appointment setting. So I think it was like no appointments or 1 appointment in 6 weeks, right? But I saw something in her. So sometimes we hire a VA to do, to make phone calls, but they don't have the right voice for it. So maybe they're better at DM marketing or something like that. Matt Tyrrell would outsource funnel creation. Emmett confirming appointments, triage calls, content publishing. CS, yeah, we're getting to that now. So they're tier one. There's also tier two VAs. In fact, there's 3 tiers. A tier two VA is normally more professional, more qualified, more certified, and they're normally more valuable and often will cost more. Ours don't yet, but they will in the future. A customer service manager, CSM, and an executive assistant, EA, are tier 2 VAs. And if you want to build a team of VAs, I have 11 or 12 personal VAs right now. I don't want to manage that whole team. I have Noemi has her own assistant. And then we have an appointment setting manager who's getting into her role, right? So customer service manager is one of your VAs that takes care of all clients, onboarding, client accounts, and helps out with databases around financial SOPs, right? An executive assistant is similar, but what they more help with is they help manage team and SOPs and make sure there is an accountability that SOPs and systems are being followed, meetings and management of team and things like that, keeping team accountable. So they're the main differences. You might have a cross-pollination of both. But ultimately, if you want to build a team of VAs, that's what you want to build to. You want to have your Noemi. So imagine having a virtual assistant or a team of VAs that can do those roles that know your business inside out. Now, if you want to scale a business, and most people don't understand what the meaning of scaling really is, scaling means duplication through automation. Again, I'll say it again, duplication through automation. That means your business duplicates and grows whether you work or not. The problem is most of you have a job. If you don't work, you don't get paid. And you're not getting paid while you're sleeping. And that's the key, is that if we don't find a way to get paid while we sleep, we will work until the day we die. And so the key to build a real business is team. Heck, even if you look at ChatGPT, which is hot right now, everyone's talking about it, you need a person to use it. So you need two automation tools to run one automation tool, which is quite funny. So that's, I just wanted to paint a picture of just how much VAs can actually do. So let's talk about hiring a VA. Now, if you've already got a VA and you're through us, this is quite simple and easy. But this is a training for everybody. It's a training for those that have VAs with us, VAs with someone else, or don't yet have a VA at all. Okay, so when you get to that point, just really briefly, here's my suggestion for hiring a VA. Now, no matter where you're at, even if you've got 2 or 3 VAs with us, and you're here and you're going to build a bigger business, you're going to hire more VAs for us. So this is, good information for the future. Just really quickly, the difference between freelance and agency. So you can hire a virtual assistant through Upwork or Fiverr. The problem is that there's a lack of communication. They might not be highly trained. They can disappear for weeks on end. And for a VA system to work as a third person, that is, works as a communication liaison between you and the VA to make sure they're showing up on time, they're completing their tasks, and they're actually working the way that they're meant to be. Okay, so that's occasionally people get lucky, and you might be one of those people that got lucky. Very rare though. It's like 1 out of 100. Like it's a very small number. I've used 7 different agencies in the Philippines. The problem with most of those agencies, they're kind of like car salesmen. Once they have your money, you don't hear from them. They don't train the guys very well. They don't look after their VAs. They don't pay them well. And they don't care about their angels like we do. We send all of our VAs a uniform. You can see now she's got our special 2-year anniversary hat on. She's got her Quantum Virtual Assistant Angel t-shirt, and you can see on her wrist there, she's got a little wristband. We send them a little wristband, an angel wristband as well. Every week we do a raffle where we give away a laptop, big screen TV, or a trip for 2 to Palawan, beautiful island, every week for our Filipinos. We do a weekly meeting with them for you live. We do a weekly training with them for you live. They're really looked after. They're paid well, and we set them up to make bonuses as well. Lisa, how you going? So when you're ready to hire your next VA, always, no matter who you're hiring a salesperson, you're hiring a coach, you're hiring a manager, you're hiring a VA, always doing group interview, because you'll get more information. It'll save you time, and it gets people stepping up. It also makes people want it more. So imagine, I don't know if you've ever went to an interview, right? Imagine you go to an interview and you walk in a room, it says 2 of you, versus you go to an interview and there's 20 people in the room. You're like, damn, this must be good. I want this. It makes you want it more. So it's a psychological thing as well. So if I want one VA, I'll do an interview for between 4 and 6 people, no less, no more, because it only takes me half an hour. And to be honest, the biggest mistake people make is they're like, tell me about your qualifications and experience. Now, I want to know a bit about their experience, but I want to learn more about the things that I can't teach them, their personality, their beliefs, their values, their energy, how they interact with each other, because all of our VAs are positioned as customer service managers, all of them. And that's the key with VAs, right? We have some new messages here. Team building. And so what I do is I do an interview for 4, 5, 6 of them. I go, hey, I'm going to let you all know within 12 hours or later today, and it makes them think about it, and they're sitting there thinking about it, and marinating about it. And then I announce one, because I want one, so it feels like they've won. And I put them on a 30-day probation. And you guys at work, we know this. I put them on. I say, look, I'm going to put you on 20 hours a week for a month to give you a chance to prove yourself. If you reach my expectation, I'll put you to full-time after a month. Okay. Now I use that. So later this year, I'm going to be hiring a COO. It's going to cost. I'm going to need to pay the CEO between 180 and 250,000 salary, right? That's roughly what I'm going to be looking at. Not bad salary, right? When I hire managers, I put them on a 90-day probation, because it's a lot more responsibility. So whenever I hire anyone, whether it's a salesperson, we put them on a probation. We did the same with Ray, a 30-day probation. Okay, so that's in a nutshell. Let's get to the cooler stuff, right? Let's talk about training virtual assistants. So I have a bunch of certifications in training, coaching, teaching. Coaching, teaching, learning for over 20 years, over 50 certifications in that area. So I love learning about how to train and develop people to reach their full potential. So here's my suggestion for not just training VAs, but anyone. Because a lot of people VA in the Philippines, they go, I'll just send them some emails or some messages for the task and off they go. First of all, that's not going to work very well because they're not going to do things the way you want them to. They're going to do things the way that they think you want them to. So delegation only works if the delegator works. And a manager says go do, but a leader says let's do. So you want to lead your team, lead your VA, lead your salesperson, and you do stuff with them. And there's a 4-step process to be able to develop that person. So you need to do a daily live meeting with your team, whoever that is, salesperson, VAs, appointment setters. So every morning I do a 30-minute meeting with all of my angels, and I set them up for the day, right? And so that's really important. And then when we train them, we use a 4-step process. So let's say that I hire a DM appointment setter, which is what a lot of people hire a VA for. Almost 80-90% of people that hire their first VA want that first VA doing social media, some basic, VA stuff, and DM appointment setting. So we've got Kathleen and Noemi. So it's Noemi on the right, Kathleen in the middle there. They're our amazing archangels. So when I have an appointment setter, and this is really powerful when you're hiring sales teams as well. If you want to build a big business, you want salespeople, you want appointment setters, and you want coaches as quickly as possible. If you're a business coach, life coach, fitness coach, healer, if you're in that realm, agency owner, once you have a salesperson, once you have an appointment setter, once you have a coach or a technician to deliver your service, you now can have a business that can work without you. Now, we all love what we do. Brendan's passionate about what he does. Cindy, you're passionate about what you do. So we don't necessarily want a business that does work without us. But how good would it be if you had a business that is your baby, but you could go to Hawaii for a month, come back, and it's bigger and better than ever. And I think that should be the goal for all of us. Marinating, yeah, marinating. So this is the process we use when training anyone. It's called tell, show, watch, go. Some people learn best by seeing. Who learns best by watching it? And who learns best by hearing it? And who learns best by experiencing it and feeling it? Visual, auditory, kinesthetic. This is how people learn, the main ways. So some people learn best through those 3 ways. So we want to cover all those 3. So let's say I hire Kathleen as a DM setup. Okay, I'll get on a Zoom call. The training needs to be a live video Zoom call. And the first thing I do is I'll tell her I need to have an SOP. I need to have a DM script. So I have a script for my DM, okay, and I share it on the screen and I read it out to her. So I read her the script. So I'm telling it to her and she hears it. I tell her. Step 1. Step 2 is I show her. So she's looking at it on the screen, reading it through her eyes. It's entering her retina system, the REC, RES. And then I'm showing her by doing it. She will watch me send some DMs. The salesperson will watch me sell. The phone call setter will watch me make phone calls. They need to watch you do the task so that they see how you like to do it. Now, we highly train our VAs, but Brendan, I can't train your VA how you like to do things. It's impossible. How you like to speak, your culture, your community, your mission, your values, your avatar, your pricing, your product and service, I cannot do that. Seeing that experience for Cindy, yeah. So Kathleen needs to watch me do it. And she watched me 10, 20, 30 times. And then the 3rd step is so you need to watch your salesperson sell. You need to watch your DM appointment setter send message to. And when you watch them, you give them CRC, commend, recommend, also what we call sandwich feedback. I love this, how you did this. This is what I would improve. Okay, we're recommending, and then we commend them on great job. And then so you're doing OJT, what I call on-the-job training, on a daily, regular basis. So in the beginning, I would do like an hour training or a half an hour training, and then I would do a little bit each day where you're checking their work. So every day I'd have a quick look at the DM sent yesterday for a DM setup. Tell them how it works, show them, let them see you do it, watch them, give them feedback, off they go. Tell, show, watch, go. Tell, show, watch, go. Yep. That's training VAs. Now, let's talk about the favorite slide and why everyone's here. How do we build? If you want to build to 7 figures, what are we going to need team-wise? Because if you want to build a big business, who wants to build, again, by show of hands, who wants 100K plus months? No, it's not just about the money, honestly. I think Okay, some of you guys are in our 20K month program. Like I mentioned yesterday, to our new group guys, that is the beginning. 250K a year is the new six figures. If you're making six figures, $2,000 a week, once you pay your taxes and your bills and your mortgage or your rent and your food, you're left with a couple $100. What are you going to do with that? You're probably going to spend it on the weekend. It's only a couple hundred, may as well, right? You're not going to get ahead. So the beginning is 20K months. But ultimately, and that's what we help you guys do. Launch, get to 20K months, and then 100K plus months. But Jay, it's not about money. Money is a measuring stick of business. I know it's about impact. I know it's about freedom, 100%. They go hand in hand. Okay. Joe, hey, Joe, good to see you here. So here is, if I lost everything and started over again, this is what I would do as quickly as possible. I like speed. The universe likes speed, right? Slow is painful, but fast is fun. Let's be honest. We need to endure the pain and the hardship of building a big business because it's bloody hard. Building to 100K months or even 20K months can be one of the hardest things that you ever do, especially 100K months. The hardest thing I've ever done was quit heroin. I overdosed third time's clinically dead. Second hardest thing I've ever done is become a multimillionaire. That's not true, actually. Getting there is the easy part. Keeping it is another story. I was a self-made millionaire the first time at 31, lost all overnight. It took me 4 goes to get it and keep it because it's not just about speed, it's also about sustainability. So how do we grow quickly? So here is, if I lost everything, what I would do to build a 7-figure team with VAs as quickly as possible. Now, obviously, we're not here to talk about salespeople, coaches, technicians, but you would need them. This is just about the VAs, right? So this is what I would do. You can take from what you will. Now, for those of you that are in our business coaching programs, I encourage you to adopt this process and do it quickly. The problem is that you're going to look at this and you're going to think something in your mind to prejudge. I'm not ready. I can't afford it, whatever it is. That's all bullshit. That's just the story you're telling yourself. The only thing stopping you from getting where you want is the BS story you tell yourself why you can't get there. It's all mindset, 80, 90% mindset. And so you might be thinking, well, Jay, somebody making $200 a week, I just don't have enough to pay. I get that. So the process is built around building a team that focus on growth producing activities to help you grow the business faster. And then as they help you grow and you build, you take a portion of the profits and you reinvest it back into building your team. That's how you build a business. You get some attention, you generate leads, you make sales, take a portion of those sales and you reinvest it into expansion. And if you're not doing that, you don't understand money because most of us have been conditioned to be employees. Go to school, get good grades, go get a job, work 40 hours a week for 40 years to help someone else become rich, retire, get a watch. You don't even get that anymore. Spend 5 years, retired, and then die. And then somewhere in there, get married, have kids, get a white picket fence, maybe go on a couple of holidays. That's what most people have been sold. You and I have accepted what the Matrix has sold us and told us. We are not normal human beings, right? We are pioneers, we are rebels, we are rule breakers. So I'm digressing anyway. So you've got to understand money and you've got to understand your beliefs around money. We spend a lot of time on that in our programs, right? So let's say that you're just starting out and you don't have any VAs right now. Once you launch your business, as soon as possible, you want to hire your first VA. So again, if I lost everything right now and I started over, this is exactly what I would do. I would hire a VA immediately. Even if I couldn't afford it, I would just do it. I would find a way. Because, for example, it's $10 Aussie per hour to hire one of our VAs, so it's 200 Aussie per week. If I asked you how much is one client per week for you, if you worked it out per week, most of you would probably say give or take around 200. So you get one client, you can now hire a VA. You only need 1 or 2 clients to hire your first VA. That's it. In fact, if you have a job and you're working a job that's supporting you, you could use that income if you want to. Get a VA as quickly as possible. Anyone that's hired a VA will tell you, yes, I wish I started earlier. Jace, you're only saying that to sell me your VAs. You know, I don't make any money from my VA business. I made a commitment to not pay myself a single dollar until we have provided work for 250 Filipinos. I literally of other businesses and investments and income streams, right? So hire your first VA. So here's the checkpoints. Number one is, and this is for you guys in the group business coaching program, what you're going to be doing. Number one, when you launch in about a month, you'll hire your first VA. We'll get you 1 or 2 clients. You'll hire your first VA 20 hours per week. They will focus on 2 things: attention on social media for omnipresence and DM appointment setting to help you get 5 or 10 appointments a week. You bring in 1 or 2 more clients, we get them to full time. And we should be doing that in about a month. Once you've launched your business, you hire a VA 20 hours a week. After a month, you put them full time because they're helping you bring in clients. We hire a second VA. I would then hire a second VA part time to begin with, and I'd spend 20 hours a week making phone calls and calling my phone list to book in appointments. Phone call setting is my phone call setters book on average up to double what my DM setters do. Phone call setting is really powerful. Even now in today's world where less people are picking up, Marion makes 800 phone calls a day, my full-time phone call setter. I have 2 phone call setters and 3 DM setters right now. Okay. And we book 60 sales calls per week right now. We signed 16 new clients last week from the power of the system. Right? So you'd hire your second VA after about, so the first month, hire first VA part-time, get them to full-time. Second or third month, hire a second VA to do phone call setting and then build them to full-time. Then I'd hire a third VA part-time, and this will be like my customer service manager and PA, take care of onboarding, client accounts, payments, my schedule, stuff like that. They're probably not going to be, the first 2 VAs bring in revenue, but this VA won't. And then once they're on board, I'd hire a video editor to edit all of my content so it's professionally. And who would love all of your videos edited professionally, like Alex Hormozi's, subtitles, music? It's more engaging. Who would much rather have your videos like that? We have an amazing team of video editors. So you might make the video editor soon if you wanted to. You could actually hire the video editor whenever you wanted to within that stage. But this is probably what I would do. I would get those first couple trained. So you should be doing that in under 6 months. Okay. Once I've got those guys in place, I'm building a business, I've built a bit of revenue, I'll hire a full-time social media manager. Okay, part-time, and then get them to full-time. So I always bring them on part-time, test them for a month, and then I increase them to 30, 40, 50 hours from there, okay, as you can justify it. So you want to be working with your team to book appointments, with your team to sell, with your team to grow. And in the beginning, the most important thing is appointments. Because the only thing stopping any of you from growing your business faster, externally, not mindset-wise, externally, is a lack of quantity and quality of appointments. Not leads, not anything else, not even attention. If you wake up every week with 15 quality appointments, to a degree, you're going to sell a couple of clients every week, 100%, right? So you want to hire a social media manager full-time. So that way, you've got a full-time DM appointment setter, full-time phone call setter, and also a full-time social media manager who can take care of all of the social media. And because in the beginning, normally the appointment setter is doing social media management and omnipresence as well as. I want my salespeople just selling. I want my phone call appointment setters just ringing. I want my DM setters just DMing. I want my social media managers just managing social media. I want to isolate those roles. And then from there, you can build accordingly. You might need more appointment setters or etc. But that's the checkpoints. That's all you need for 7 figures. You could probably do it even. No, you wouldn't need. I would say you obviously don't need the video editor. That's more of a want, but everything else in there, 100%. If you follow those checkpoints, you're going to get to 20, 50K easy. So I would suggest you want to do that as quickly as possible. Okay. So to give you an idea of financial, hire your first VA, get 1 or 2 clients. Let's link them to clients and revenue. Yeah, you get 1 or 2 clients. You hire your first VA part-time, build to 4 or 5 clients, put them on full-time. Build to say 10 clients, get your second VA and get them making calls. You launch a group program. Okay, at this stage, you should be definitely on 6 figures. Okay, for sure. We hire you once you're on, $2,000, $3,000 a week consistent, so over 6 figures, about 10K a month. We can get that CSM, yep, and also maybe that video editor around there, and around probably the 20K a month mark. I'd hire the social media manager, and you can use that team, and that should be enough to build the 7 figures from there. So that's kind of the checkpoints, and we'll guide you through that in the group program as well. What about content? So here's the thing about content. There's a few things. There's 5 things that I never get a virtual assistant to do personally, and I recommend the same. Number 1 is ads. I want an ads expert doing that. I got to go in the US. Number 2 is creating funnels. Creating funnels, sure, but not creating funnels. I want a funnel expert. Number 3, creating websites. I want a website expert, tech expert. Now, VAs can edit them, but not create them. Number 4 is selling. I love you Filipinos. They're normally not very good at sales because they're empathetic, and that's why they make great customer service managers. And the 5th is copy. Cindy, as an expert, think about your 2 or 3 mentors that you look up to. Do they outsource copy? I don't know an expert in the world that outsources copy or content. So I create all my own content, but what they do, Cindy, is I do a video. So I'm doing this webinar, and then my team will email it to my list, put it on YouTube, get it on TikTok. Actually, it won't put it on TikTok and get it everywhere. So we create the content, but the social media manager, whoever's doing that, creates omnipresence and gets it everywhere. Yeah. Okay. And that's the power of the system as well, that omnipresent system as well. Any questions, guys? Is that useful? Does that help? Yeah. So in a nutshell, that's the checkpoint. So the biggest thing I'll say to you guys is get out of your own way and stop the BS stories you tell yourself as to why you can't do it or why you don't deserve it or why you're not ready. You're never going to feel ready when you hire your first VA, when you hire your first salesperson, when you hire your first coach. You're never going to feel ready. Who felt ready when you launched a business? No one ever feels ready. You just launch, and that's how you build the confidence. You do the thing. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It's having the fear and the doubt, and you do it anyway. That's normal to have doubt. It's normal to have fear. It's normal to be a little nervous. Nervous means you care about how well you're going to do. Those things are normal, but that's why you use proximity. Proximity is power. Proximity is you surround yourself with eagles and lions. Eagles are the people on the same journey as you that'll lift you up and keep you positive and focused, like in a group business coaching program we have. And the lions are the mentors and the coaches like myself that have already achieved exactly what you want. We cracked double six-figure months. Our goal is $1 million months. Again, not just about the money. It's a goal. It's a measuring stick of the business, right? Or the company. So my suggestion to you is just get out of your own way and build that team as quickly as you can. And because also think about hiring VAs, you're providing a livelihood for someone. Rather than paying for ads, which have a place, and giving money to a tech billionaire, you're providing a livelihood for a Filipino, helping put food on the table, paying for a kid's education, which is really beautiful as well. So if you don't I've got a free VA kit here that has a lot of the stuff in here, some SOPs and scripts and process that you can use to help you make a decision in hiring and finding a VA. There's a lot of people who's had a bad experience with VA? I've had a lot of bad experiences. I used to hire personal trainers. I've had a lot of bad experiences, right? That's just the nature of business, the 80-20 principle. So if you now you guys have registered the free VA kit. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be a link somewhere. If you're watching on the Facebook, send me a DM. I'll send you the free VA kit where it's got tutorials and trainings and SOPs and scripts. If you don't have a virtual assistant yet, when you're ready, you can reach out to me. We have an amazing team of VAs, handpicked by me, personally trained by me, over 200, I believe, over 200. And that's it. When you're ready. Okay, so it's $6.60 USD, 5.5 quid, €6.90, $9 Canadian in your currency if you're in those countries. Okay. Now, if you're in our VA, if you're hiring a VA through us, I'm actually launching a brand new group program. So I've got 2 options for you guys, right? If you're hiring a VA through us, I've just launched a brand new 8-week program where you can spend up to an hour with me every week setting up your SOPs, where I help you. Here's the program here. This is the outline. So I'm actually giving away this as a prize draw. So if you're a VA client, how would you like a chance to win 8 weeks with me free, where I set up your VA and train your VA and everything together? So the first week, I'll help you set up your pre-qualifying system. In the second week, I'll help you set up your DM appointment setting scripts. In the third session, I'll help you set up your social media properly and optimize it. Week 4, I'll help you create your personal social media content planner and emails for your VA to use. Then week 5, I'll help you set up your first events and show the VAs how to market them. Week 6 and 7, I hope you set up your offers and your 2-step appointment setting funnels with you. And then finally, week 8, we do a cool training for the VAs and a training on how to build the team and so forth. So this is a new group program that's launching only for VA clients. It's an 8-week program, and when it's going to launch in a month. To celebrate, I'm giving one of you guys a free program away. So you'll see there's a prize draw. You would have been sent to your mastermind yesterday by Nomi or Kathleen. You can enter the draw. It's only going to be $149 a week or upfront $1,097. If you don't have a VA yet, we've got another group program, which is launching in just under 2 weeks, which is a 16-week group program where we spend 4 months together, where I help you with everything. Create your avatar, your offer, your sales scripts, your financial SOPs, everything. And that's only $149 a week as well. So if you want to learn more about either of those, let me know. Okay, and we do have video editors as well. So we're here to serve you. And if you want to go fast, yes, go alone. But if you want to go far, you want to go with others. Okay, and that's the training, guys. I'll leave you with this. If nothing changes, nothing changes. If you do for the next 6 months what you did the last 6 months, what's your life going to look like in a year from now? Aren't you tired of trying to do too much yourself? Isn't it time to put your ego aside and the BS aside and to create the business that you deserve and desire, to create financial freedom and fulfillment? Most people suck. Who feels like just repeating the same week over and over and over? Surround yourself with a team to keep yourself accountable and keep you responsible. Surround yourself with eagles and people in a container, in a group program, or in our community. Surround yourself with mentors and coaches like me, and use these people to build yourself up, to get over your limiting beliefs, to get over the past stuff, to get over the excuses and the bitching and the moaning, complaining, and create the life that you desire and deserve. One shot at this thing called life. Once you're dead, you are dead. It's not a computer game. You can't hit restart. It's over. Well, you might believe in reincarnation, but you're probably not going to consciously remember this life if you do, right? So now you have a decision to make. How are you going to speed things up? Because you've got to create urgency in your life. Because, you know, if we don't create urgency, next thing we know, in 10 years, we're like, well, man, I'm in the same place. Who wants to be in the same place at the time next year? I would say nobody. Imagine in 10 years from now being in the same place. You've got to create urgency in your life. You want to make the most of every day, every hour, every moment. And to be grateful, yes, for what we have, but to step up and to challenge yourself to be better. Because ambition is not a desire to accumulate money and material items. Ambition is a desire to help more people and impact more people. And the problem is that most of you are playing too small. You could be helping so many more people. Yeah. April, you could be helping so many more people. Brendan, imagine how many people you can help. Cindy, we spoke yesterday. Emma, we spoke yesterday. Joe, you've been connected with us for a long time. Hey, Joyce, good to see you here. Joyce, your energy and your gifts and your medicine, you deserve to help so many more people. So many more people need to see, feel, and experience what you have. Lisa, my sister from another mister, love you. Good to see you here. The same. Let's be honest, you've been idling at 60 or 70% for a while. I was for a while, but it's time for us to step up. Too many people are relying on us. Too many people out there need help. There's people that are struggling. There's people that are contemplating suicide. There's people with childhood trauma. There's people in toxic relationships. There's people struggling to eat each day. And we have, I believe, a responsibility as business owners to step up and challenge ourselves and dare ourselves to help more people. Matt Tyrrell, Sarah, Stacy. Yeah. So anyway, that's my rant for the day. Hope you enjoyed the training. If you register for this, I'll send you an email in the next 24 hours, or my team will, with these slides, with the free VA kit, some details about our VAs and video editors and the group programs. If you're watching on YouTube, there'll be links for all that stuff. If you're watching the Facebook Live or replay on Facebook, if you want access to any of those things, send me a DM. And I really hope that you guys begin to take action, that you get fired up and get a little disturbed and be honest with yourself. If I said to you, out of 100%, what percentage have you been giving your business and your life and serving others? What would the answer be? Be honest. 40%, 50%, 60%. Don't even go to 100%. Just add 10% this week, and then add another 10% next week. Yeah. Cindy, thank you. Brendan, you too, brother. Joyce, I'm building my following. I only have a few phone numbers. What's the next best option for me? Yeah. So Joyce, we'll talk about this in the appointment setting session. Oh, you're not going to be. We talk about in the appointment setting session. Because you want your VA to help you collect phone numbers through your events, through your Calendly, and through your offers, and then you build the phone list. Joe, well said. Constant growth. Guys, thank you so much. As I say in the Philippines, salamat po, paalam ingat, means thank you and farewell, goodbye. Guys, have an amazing day. I'll see everybody soon. Thanks, guys.